Alright, I know you think the title is clickbait, you think I just am trying to get you here, but honestly, this deck is so freaking good. I took that screenshot at just under 50 games. I'm at 70 games now, and this deck is still 66% win rate. It is breaking Mythic. So let's break it down. As you see here, this is about as simple as it gets for a deck building strategy. I have a lovely name for this deck. I was having a rough time with my favorite deck from my last video, Sheoldred's Control, and Orzhov Control, typical control that I love in my favorite colors. So instead of uninstalling the game, I named the deck this game and said, if I can't have fun in the game, then nobody else can have fun. Well, it turns out it's my best deck. Joke's on me. So let's break this down for you. We have kickbacks, bounce spells. We got 4 Into the Flood Maws, and we've got 3 of the unsummons. The reason there is 1 more Into the Flood Maw instead of unsummon is simple. Because you can kick back non-creatures from your opponents with the Flood Maw by just simply gifting them a tapped 1/1 fish. So things like the Urbrest Forge, or especially great against those reanimate decks that pull out an Omniscience for 4 mana. All of a sudden you kick that back into their hand and now they got to discard it again. It's actually more valuable to have 1 more Into the Flood Maw than the unsummon. The unsummon does protect your own creatures, but it doesn't have that second option there. But the problem with the Flood Maw is it doesn't save your own creatures. But this is not just a bounce deck. This is a counterspell deck. We have Opt in the 1 slot, 4 of those, scry 1, draw a card. In a mono blue deck, you need to mana fix, and you need to spell fix, and you need to keep card supremacy. We have 4 3 steps ahead because this is the best counter spell. 3 mana counter, but it can do a lot of other stuff. 3 mana, you can draw 2 cards, discard a card. Once again, mana fix the spells you have in your hand. You can make a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control. You can double up a creature, they try to destroy one. You can counter the spell and make another creature. It's got lots and lots of uses. The 2 slot here, we have 1 negate. We have 3 get outs. This is counter target creature or enchantment spell for 2 mana, or return 1 or 2 target creatures and or enchantments you own to your hand. This protects your creatures as well as it counters creature spells and enchantment spells. And right now in the meta and standard, enchantment spells are all over the place. And then there's 3 Long River's Pull. That is a 2 mana counter target creature spell. If the gift was promised, instead counter target spell. So you can counter any spell for 2 mana and let them draw a card. They want to throw down a portal? You know what? No, you don't get to do it. You can take a card instead of the portal. This is clutch at the 2 mana slot. And the key to the deck is the Haughty Djinn. You probably encountered this. This is an old shell style in a deck. Haughty Djinn plus a lot of counters, card draw and stuff. The difference between my deck and most of the ones that are being played right now in standard is that everyone else is going so heavy on the card draw. This one is heavy on the counter spells, and that makes a huge difference. 2 Karn Silex. This did not start in the deck, but it ended up in the deck because I needed board wipes. And let me tell you, there are a lot of people out there who will toss down all of the creatures in their hand right into a Karn Silex wipe. And this is great for those low mono reds and the Orzhovs that raise the past decks. If you have your Djinn out and it's all 2 mana stuff on the opponent's board, you can go -2 and keep your Djinn and kill everything on their board. You'll see that in gameplay. Jace here I put in just because Jace was strong, but Jace is an MVP. And you're usually casting Jace before you put the Haughty Djinn out. So Jace will soak up removal from your opponent. And if he doesn't, well, you can mill cards for yourself or your opponent, draw cards, you can slow down the attacks of your opponent by doing the +1 and -3, -0 on a creature. But the great thing about him is when you combine Jace with This Town Ain't Big Enough, you can throw Jace out, do -4, and mill 12 cards. If the mana's up, you got 2 mana up, or if a Haughty Djinn's out, This Town Ain't Big Enough is only 1 mana. And then you can kick 1 thing away from your opponent and kick your Jace back in your hand and cast him the next turn, mill again. Mill is the secondary win condition in this deck. You will see in the gameplay. I tend to mill myself a lot, especially if the Haughty Djinn is in my hand, because you throw Jace out there, mill yourself a bunch, you put more stuff in the graveyard, you're good to go. The only deck that is hard to play with this is any deck that exiles graveyards and just ruins your graveyards. You need to protect your graveyard, and that is what all these counter spells are for. There's 2 Flow of Knowledge because 5 mana, draw a card for each island you control. This deck is 2 demo fields and a bunch of islands. That's it. 3, this town ain't big enough. This is for protecting your own stuff, but it also can work later on in the game, kicking 2 things back for your opponent for 5 mana or 4 mana if your Haughty Djinn's out. Instants and sorcery spells cost 1 less generic mana to cast. And there's 3 Tolarian Terrors. This, you're tending to wait until you've cast a bunch of other spells like Ops and done some kickbacks and some counter spells. Then the Terror comes out for a couple of mana. You typically want to cast the Terror before the Djinn because you want to use the Terror as removal soaking. But if it doesn't get removed, it's a 5/5 with Ward 2. It costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. So the Haughty Djinn and the Terror both want instants and sorceries in the graveyard. Jace can mill yourself to put them there. And there's a whole bunch of instants that can get cast before either one of them hit the board. And you'll see it's a reactive deck. You have to play not doing stuff on many turns. You have to just wait. But once your opponent exhausts themselves and you can get going, if you have complete control of the game and you have enough cards in your hand, there's no way they can beat you. In the sideboard, we've got 1 Ghost Vacuum. This is for exiling graveyards. A couple Curates just to do some more surveilling and drawing cards. A couple Disdainful Strokes in case, you're in a best of 3 and you've got a big creature deck. Essence Shatter, just a couple more creature counter spells. Surge Engine, in case you need some early play as far as a creature goes. This is a great unblockable creature that soaks up removal or just makes the deck a lot more aggro. A couple Stone Brains here to attack the library, and we got 3 Spell Gears. This was in the main deck, and I just was drawing it too much and not able to cast it for the 4. We threw the Spell Gears into the side and added the 3 unsummons, and ever since then, the thing has just been amazing. And there's 1 more Flow of Knowledge in case you need a little bit more card draw. But this deck is not simple to play, but it's also not difficult once you get the hang of it. The hardest part of this deck is not casting the spells in your hand. The hardest part is just letting turns go by and not doing anything and waiting till you have enough lands on the board or you have enough counters in your hand. That is the hardest thing with this deck, is being patient and letting your opponents do something and then countering it. But let me tell you, there is no better satisfaction than just smashing your opponents and everything they try to do, they just give up because another counter spell, no! It is so satisfying. If you've never played a mono blue tempo deck, this will make you a better player. By playing this style of deck, you will learn how to wait, how to know when to go in and go aggressive, when to back off and just let time go by and hope that you draw that right spell or that land that you need. This deck will try your patience, but if you get good at playing this deck, you will dominate everyone. 20 lands in the deck because it's a monocolored, we got card draw, and technically, we really only need 4 mana to run the deck. 5 mana for the Flow of Knowledge, yes, but you're usually going to be using this town ain't big enough for 2 mana instead of the 5 mana. So you really don't need a lot of mana out there. And with the card draw and with the cycling of the deck, once you get 5 mana going, you are good to go. And 20 lands, it seems to work just fine. This is the deck. Watch the gameplay. You're going to be amazed at how easy this is. This deck took me from the bottom of Diamond all the way up to Mythic in 2 sessions. Why are you not crafting this? Go! There we go. Notice it doesn't want to give me the Haughty Djinns. It knows. It knows that's my good spell. We might want to lower the curve on this a little bit. We'll see. I don't know if the Confounding Riddle's needed. Bum bum. Bum bum. Nice. So when they try to cast Kellen, we can have the Get Out ready. What'd they get? Blade of War Rep, okay. God, I haven't seen this kind of a deck in forever. Get rid of you. Oh, just go /dex. Yeah. Thanks, Kenny. That's the link to it. They're the same link, probably. All land. Okay, sweet. No. Yeah, we're flooding like a mother. It's Ward 1, okay. We're probably going to this town on Jace, but we want them to attack Jace and then we get rid of the token? Or do we get rid of NT? I don't know. It all depends on what they do here. Get rid of that. Alright, what did you want to do? Put it on. Put it on which one? Oh, they're not going to discard. Okay. Kellen's the one I'm worried about. We gave him enough pause here. Put it on NT. Okay. Alright, that's a good top deck. Haughty Djinn. If they got removal on the Djinn, we're in trouble, but we're way behind. Nice. Get rid of you. It was just a land, so... As long as they don't do a removal, we... Okay. I think we're going to have to do spell gear. What? Okay. Get rid of you. It's going to be hard to... Oh, they had a sheltered. Oh, hopefully we get a flood maw here. What was the ward? Ward 1 and ward 2, that's 3. Okay, rid of those. Now we can flood maw that. It's ward 2 and that's ward 1 now. I mean, they're doing what they have to. Stronger than reason, stronger than lies. No! One ward. Okay. And then we'll do this. Let's see. Okay. How about no? We can win this if we could get up to 16 if they don't have a removal. No, that doesn't help. Neither does that, but hey. Okay. This helps. Oh, we got up to the 16. What's I say? Whenever I do that, it clears the chat. Oh, what happened? Why did the chat move? How did that get moved? Oops. There we go. I'm thinking we do a little minor adjustments on the deck. Play one more. Look at the deck. It's mono blue. Counter spells for you. Nope. How about we don't let it hit the board? What you got? Would they make it vampire? They didn't make it bat, unfortunately for them. We got flow of knowledge on turn 5. That's good. What vampire they got? They went vampires. That's a vampire demon. Okay. Here comes the removal. No! Okay. It's a vampire. Fair enough. I think I would pick that. Do they have removal? Yep, they do. Get rid of that. It's a zombie, so we can counter that. We got all 4 Haughty Djinns. Hilarious. Another bloodletter, huh? Alright. It had 3 lands in a row, said it. Alright, what do we go with here? Okay, they're gone. Karn Silex, you think? That's probably not a bad idea, Kenny. This deck is kicking ass. Also, it's my kind of play style. Just piss off your opponent. So what I was thinking was we go one less flow of knowledge. We could even get rid of the Jace, I think. But Jace does help mana fix. I was thinking going down to 2 Jaces, 3 Spell Gears. This is what I was thinking is just going lower on the curve. We could just do 1 less land and then go... We could put 1 of those in there. Problem is that now I've got too much in this 3 slot. Maybe we go down to 2 Confounding Riddles. Add another negate. I'll go back to 3 Jace. Let's try that. The Tolarian Terrors are really just an attract, and we haven't had any problems. What is it called? Long River's Pull? We'll say hello. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, I'm not paying for fucking views on Twitch. That is so bad. Maybe paying for subscribers on YouTube, you can make an argument for that, but... Oh, see? See, it's giving us, It's giving us these, Cavern of Souls in the hand, fully themed decks so that we are having trouble. I love it. Let's do this. Okay, so they have green in their deck. We just got rid of a forest. Selesnya Angels. What was the name again? Long River's Pull. Okay. What do we go with here? It's a 4/4. I don't think we do anything. What do we discard here? Let me get rid of you. No, I think the Long River's Pull is a better one. The Haughty Djinn and the Terror are pretty good for me. Sure. Fill our graveyard with some spells. Well, it's not. We're not going to really be able to do much countering here, so that's a good thing. That saves the Haughty Djinn and the Terror if we need it. Now they got to discard. All right, let's put the pressure on. Not much else we can do. Because they got angels. It's all angels, and they got a Cavern of Souls. I mean, they did do Patchwork Banner, so, I mean, we were able to counter that. But we're not going to be able to counter a lot. Counter, like, removals and stuff, at least. Mm-hmm. They're down to Fabled, so they can get rid of the Djinn. We need Into the Floodmaw or this town. Get out is alright. Get rid of the island. Just another one there. There we go, another terror. Guess it could be worse, right? Get rid of you. Or I should say, mute you. Put you out. Just scare them. There you go. Get rid of your Fable. Bring out a colored land. You need green, buddy. I know you have green in your deck. I milled a freaking forest. They still haven't used the Fable to bring a forest out. What do they have for one? They're okay. I guess this counts, right? Okay, we cannot counter. See what they do here. Oh, they're not going to attack? Okay. Sure. One, two. Get rid of that because the counters aren't going to matter much. All right, what do we get rid of here? Get rid of you. Since it's got all of those pluses. Sure, why not? It's not a land. Another Haughty Djinn. What are they at? 40? So that'd be 12. That's not going to be enough. What you gonna do? Okay. We can almost get them with just milling. They're going to give lifelink now? How about you don't gain the life? How many do we have in here? 18. So we're going to self-mill and hope that we get a Flood Maw or this town so we can win. They're pissed. They're like, what the f going on? Okay. Oh, this town, we milled it, unfortunately. All right. What do we go with then? I think we still go all in. Because they have to block the Haughty Djinn. We got 2 more Haughty Djinns we can just throw out. Unfortunately, that's 8. Yeah, that'll be perfect. We'll have to get outs. I think we want to take the Valkyrie down. That's fine. And we end the turn. And we have exactly 7 in our hand. And we got the get out. So we could do the same thing with the Seraph. Or what? The Seraph most likely is the one that's they're gonna put the pluses up on. Another Paragon, okay. What do we have? Mana? I have 3s, 4s, 4s. Okay. All right. They're at 37. Okay. Unfortunately, we milled this town. That's it? That was a mistake. This will put a Djinn in our hand so we could Silex and get rid of all their shit. Let's see if we can win, though. Ah, we milled this town twice. God, that's the card we need. All right, and we got Jace for the victory, right? So 3, 7. We just have to not die this turn. And we got lots of creatures on our hand. We got the Jace ×2 to mill them. Yeah, keep throwing all your creatures out. That's fine with me. They're going hog. They're happy. More creatures. Go for it. Patchwork banner time. We'll let everything hit the board. It's 3. Okay. Oh, they got an Atraxa in their hand, I bet. I decided to let that die because Jace is going to die next turn anyways. What? Why would you... They're afraid of losing their biggest creature. This is weird. That's it? Okay. Card Silex coming in big. Your board is gone. Oh, let's do this. We're gonna just troll the out of them. We're just gonna piss them off. We're just gonna throw the 2 terrors out. After this, we're going to do this. You had all your angels out. Now I'm going to build the out of you. Yeah, they have stuff like that in standard. I think that the Karn Silex is probably better to actually destroy permanents. You got removal, do it. Okay. They got to gain life. And we got another Jace. Okay. We got so much mana, who gives a Next Jace. They're down to... No! They're down to 20 cards and they don't even care about the next Jace. Okay. Another invasion. That's what they got in their hand, is invasions. They don't like the Djinn because they know it's GG's. Get one of these out. Now you got to block. And if they have removal, we got negate. What do you have? They know I've got a negate too. Okay. They just top decked another Archangel. Oh. And that's victory next turn with Jace just milling. And they gotta lose the Archangel. So they gotta take Jace. They're gonna have to take 3 things off the board. They're gonna have to take Jace off the board, Haughty Djinn off the board, 4 things. They need to take then all of the creatures, so they need a wipe, and they also need to kill Jace in 1 turn, and they drew a land. Okay. Good game. They are so pissed right now. Oh, all right, what was that? Long River Pole? Let me look at that deck. I want to compare it to what I have in here. River. Oh. Counter target creature spell if the gift was promised. Instead, counter target spell. I mean, what is a gift is a card? Okay. Yeah, that actually isn't bad. We could do that instead of Don't Make a Sound. Because Don't Make a Sound is just, I was looking for that. That's perfect fit instead of Don't Make a Sound. Because Don't Make a Sound was just like Phantom, except if they spent the 2 extra mana, you got to Surveil. But this is better. It's just a pure counter. You just, okay, you draw a card, fine. I'm thinking maybe, do we have 2 of these? I think we go like this. No. I think we go like that. Waffle Stomper, what a great name. Lovely name, my friend. And it gives us 1 land. It's like, no, you are not getting promoted. Off. Get rid of that. Okay, we need land, so if it's not land, we say no. Once again, if it's not, it's trying to not give us land, because this is a promotion into Diamond 2, and I started at Diamond 4 today, so there's no way it wants me there. No land. Told you. There we go. Got to the land. Oh, we found our land pocket. All right. Perfect. All right, let's get this out while we can. Why not? They don't have anything out. We don't have any counters. There's no reason to hold our hand. This is, yes. Yes, correct. This is one of the songs that you showed me. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you suggest something that's so good that I'm going to just go, yes, please. All right, there we go. Gotta get those. We got to get those removals out of their hand. This will make them discard because they're not hitting land. What is it? Okay, so we got rid of land for them. 2 lands that add up. We got rid of their mana stone and we got rid of the land. Yep, make them use the edict on that. That's fine. It's taking its sweet time. Oh, there's the 3rd Sheoldred's Edict. We gotta go. Because they're stuck on 3 lands. Avoid starting it off, huh? I gotta pause this other list, so... Oh, they got their 4th land. Make them use that. Then I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to go... There we go. That's victory.